I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
It's no joke.
Historically, we've seen a lot of these women's movements. We can go all the way back to the 1920s. We have the suffrage movement. The most recent women's movement, close to the Me Too movement, was in the 1980s. But unfortunately, in the 1980s, it all died down and not a ton happened. That is what we might actually see now.
I've been working for the company for years. I took one of the least performing stores, and it wasn't just me, it was also my team. I had a wonderful team, and I trained them, I developed them. We made it one of the top performing stores. During this time period, I'm still asking about my career. What do I need to do to get me to the next level? There have been plenty of positions I've been passed over by white males.
So when we hear about the pay difference, it depends on your source as to which definition that's going to be. The most common one is the same definition as equal work, equal pay, where you have a man and a woman with similar experience that are similarly qualified. The woman is going to make 88 cents for every dollar that the man makes.
The gentleman that hired me, he's a white man. He had adopted 2 black children, so he could relate to, he kind of understood, black people, we just want to better ourselves. Give her an opportunity. I didn't have much sales experience, but it was a sales position. And I started working up the corporate ladder. Is it difficult? Absolutely. There's double standards all the time. I do have a backbone, and when people do disrespect me, I stand firm. I get presumed as combative. Yet, a white male would be in the same office building. He's yelling. They get called passionate.
In the workplace, women can be perceived as being aggressive. I've heard the term shrill used sometimes, just for speaking their mind in the workplace, which means your presence in that company and workplace may not have as big of an impact as men.
I would not only work my normal 6:45 a.m. to 6 o'clock at night schedule, but I would go with other employees in the entire area, and I would train them after hours. At one point, the entire area, excluding maybe 2 managers, I had trained and I had developed to get promoted. And do you know, during that time period, my pay wasn't increased. My opportunity to take on a bigger store wasn't ever brought to my attention. I then decided I'm no longer going to invest my time and energy into a company that doesn't reward it. That's when I started my own business.
I think it's really important for women to advocate for each other in the workplace. That's been shown to be one of the biggest things to get women's voices heard. So if one woman brings up an idea, a second woman in the workplace should reiterate the idea and talk about how great it is. And that's one way to make that idea present.
Yeah, a whole thing. No, I don't do the whole thing. I just take out like this much of it. My passion to help single moms is because I live it. I know how hard it is. I have a mom who's staying with me currently, just to help her, and help her get on her feet. And I knew financially that will probably be a strain, but you look up recipes and you make things stretch. You stretch the pasta, you stretch these big meals to feed everyone. And so, like I said, you get by enough to hopefully be able to help the next one in need.
You can explore too.